you can hear my voice well? Okay. Okay. So let's begin with the training today. So before that, we do some brain teaser. So if you want to answer the question of soalan-soalan yang macam Olympiad, so of course soalan dia sometimes dia akan jadi is out the box punya questions. Okay, so this one kita buat sedikit brain teaser saja nak exercise your brain, walaupun saya tahu awak dah melalui hari yang memenatkan. Okay. So if you have Belajar Janjang kan tu, series, sequence. So, what is the next letter? Belajar Janjang kan? Okay. Just a brain teaser kita buat dalam masa 2 minit, 3 minit saja.
Is it repetitive?
Oh, so it's up to you. You want to ask. Tak boleh jawab je. Okay, it's okay. Salah pun tak apa. That's not a problem. Just a brain teaser, nak bagi dia warming up sikit before we go to the serious notes. Saya bagi hint cakap sequence or janjang je, dia dah fikir yang lebih.
Oh.
Ha? Oh. Oh. Okay, you jawab O So, O. Salah. So another 2 attempt. Dia kalau dengan budak sekolah saya bagi duit, awak tak payahlah. Okay. Another 2 attempt. First attempt, O incorrect. Ada nak jawab? Boleh jawab. Lagi seminit. Ha? Okay, tu. Fikir.
S.
Okay. Second attempt S. Salah. Okay, another 30 seconds. Jawab jangan takut. Cepat, lagi 50 seconds. Ha? E. Correct. Why?
First plan. After T is S. Then after F is E. Then after O is...
Oh, but your explanation is quite serious. Dia sebenarnya adalah this is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After that, 8, which is letter of E. So tu saya cakap, this one not a serious, not a brain teaser saja. So the kangaroo math or Icemon can be like this, out of box. Okay. So lepas ni boleh tanya kawan-kawan this question. Okay, now we go to the serious part, which is you look at for the saya macam tertipu Tapi betul lah, this is sequence kan. Sequence dah 1, 2, 3, you plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. That is sequence. Okay, all of you got these questions. Compilation dapat kan? So dah cuba buat? Belum. Okay, so kalau belum cuba buat, alhamdulillah kita buat satu persatu. Saya pilih saja soalan-soalan yang kita akan bincang So 1.5 hour is not gonna be enough untuk bincang semua. So kita try jawab untuk soalan number 1. Okay, kalau nak diikutkan kangaroo maths is quite easier than Olympiad question. Okay, look at for question number 1. What is the sum of the last 2 digits of the product? Okay, before that, the condition, you all boleh buat calculator tak? Okay, that's good.
Pada sekolah rendah tak boleh bawa calculator.
Untuk kangaroo maths?
Yes.
So for student boleh buat? Okay. Okay, so for this one, kita akan gunakan cara darab satu persatu. So, untuk memudahkan awak untuk jawab this question, sebenarnya kita boleh kategorikan from this part, you will have 1 to 4 and then 4 to 1, which is you have the same multiplication. So, dapat apa tu? 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. So this one going to be 24, multiply with 5, multiply with another 24. So if you multiply 1 by 1, bolehlah buat bentuk lazim kalau tak ingat, 24 times with 5 and then you multiply again with 24. So your last answer will be berapa? So you got the answer here adalah 2880, betul? So 2880, the question is what is the sum of the last two digits? So last two digits will be 8 and 0. Means that you need to add 8 plus with 0, so the answer is going to be 8. So the answer will be D. Okay. Now we go for the second question. Kalau laju beritahu kan? For the second question, nampak soalan ni macam panjang. Tapi dia sebenarnya, okay. This one, the question for question 1, question 2 adalah 3 points. So from this part, dia akan mengambil masa yang laju sikit lah kalau nak jawab. Okay, for second question, you have that an ant walk every day on a straight horizontal path from A to B, which is in the diagram will be A to B. So selalunya semua tu lalu A to B before they have the obstacles here. Okay, which are the 5 meter apart. Okay, one day a human placed 2 boxes of height of 1 meter each on each path. So sama dalam in the diagram. The ant still walks along the same straight line except that now it has to climb up and down vertically over the boxes as shown below. Okay, how long is its path now? So berapa panjang perjalanan semua tu? So of course from here, saya naikkan sikit. So from here the ant will be walk from A ke sini and then naik atas and then ke sebelah kanan naik atas dan mendatar turun ke bawah, sebelah kanan turun bawah and then pergi ke bahagian B. Okay, so kita kira dulu dia punya perjalanan ke atas. Berapa banyak perjalanan ke atas dia, berapa banyak? Perjalanan ke atas dia ada 2 meter. And then perjalanan dia ke bawah pun 2 meter juga. So kita ada kat sini ada berapa meter? Dia tambah ada 4 meter. So perjalanan ke atas dan ke bawah will be 4 meter. Okay, perjalanan mendatar pula. So kalau tak ada obstacles dia adalah 5 meter kan? Kalau ada obstacle pun dia tetap jadi 5 meter. So from here A to B and then this one naik atas ke sini dan ke sini pun tetap akan jadi 5 meter. So the total of the length will be plus with 5 meter will be 9 meter. So the answer will be equals to B. Tengok jawapannya adalah ada square root ni. Jangan takut pula. Ini semua adalah awak gunakan logik akal pemikiran yang pertama saja. Okay. Now we go for number 3. Okay, number 3 ni is a little bit yang awak kita kena guna logik dan juga pengiraan. Math. All of you take math 1 kan?
Yes.
Ada guna let you substitution kan? Okay. Okay, so from this part 1/4, 1/2, 3/4 ni kita boleh tukarkan jadi perpuluhan kalau awak tak ni. You're welcome, Madam Balkis. Okay, so before that, we go for the question. So Rin mark 2 points at A and B on the number line. Okay, so A and B will be here. Yeah. So this is A and B. Okay. And then your question asks you which point represents the product of A and B. So di bahagian mana on the number line will be A multiplied with B. Okay. Contohlah from here. Kalau awak tak nak kira macam teruk-teruk sangat, awak boleh gunakan logik. Okay, this one tukarkan jadi perpuluhan, which is with 3/4 adalah 0.75. Okay, so you know that you have from 0.75 and then you have 1, which is A will be at this point. Just come in. Boleh. And then we will be this part. Okay, between 0.75 to 1, boleh tak kita bagikan kepada senggat-senggat dia? So, boleh lah kalau kita nak bagikan that this one adalah 0.8, this one jadi 0.85, this one jadi 0.9. Kejap. Boleh lah. Okay, then after that, kalau kita cuba darabkan this both value. Kalau darab 0.85 multiply with 0.9, dapat berapa? Gunilah kalkulator tak apa. Untuk mempercepatkan punya perkiraan. 0.765. Okey. Ataupun contoh yang boleh awak dapat adalah if we are using logic. Okay. If you have from 0.4 until 0.7. Contoh soalan macam ni, kita anggarkan dia that this one we have 0.5, this one you have 0.6. If 0.5 multiplied with 0.6, it will be 0.3. Okay. Yang awak dapat ke atas ni adalah 0.65. So, atas number line tu dia berada dekat mana? It will be between 0.75 dan juga 1. So, cuba tengok antara Q, R, S. So, T ni dah jadi. Tak boleh. Okay. P pun jadi. Tak boleh. So, between Q, R dan S. So, R ni adalah titik tengah di antara 0.85 to 0.9. So, adakah jawapan dekat tengah? Tidak. So, adakah jawapannya lebih daripada 0.9? Pun tidak. So, the answer adalah, answer adalah Q. Okay. Right. Can we proceed to next question? Okay. Okay, so for question number 4. Okay, question number 4 ni pun juga adalah approximation, anggaran. Kalau kita tengok, you have that the pie chart shows how students travel to get to a school. Okay, approximately, obviously, approximately, twice as many travel by bicycle as those who use public transport. Okay, you know that you have that bicycle dan juga public transport. And then roughly, the same number travel by car dan juga who walk. And then soalan akhir dia adalah the rest use a motorcycle. Okay, our question is what the percentage of the student use motorcycle? Assalamualaikum. Okay, so from here we look at for the approximately, anggaran. So we know that from the statement here, the student goes by bicycle will be more or equals to 2 kali ganda for public transport. Okay. Saya And then kita boleh anggarkan from these options, from the pie chart. So apa yang kita boleh buat kat situ, kita boleh buat dalam beberapa option. So option 1. So option 1, if the bicycle have 47%, the public transport will be 24. Betul? Sebab dia adalah 2 kali ganda, betul? Okay, another option, you have option number 2, kita boleh ambil from 24 dan juga 12. Okay, 24 percent and you have 12%. So that is the option for bicycle. Or we can take another option will be apa? 6%, 12% and so 6%. So kita ada 3 options. Okay, now we go for another option for this one. Okay, car and walk. So you have that car is equals to walk. So which one yang kita boleh approximate? Which is we have 11 dan juga 12. So dia hampir-hampir menyamai. Approximately same. So from here we have that 11% or 12% of walk dan juga car. So it's vice versa, kan? Tak apa, tak kisah. So from here, can we eliminate for 12%? Yes, so option 3 dah eliminate. Then can we eliminate for option 2? Yes, sebab ada 12. So kita boleh eliminate this one. So yang tinggal adalah option 1. So for option 1, we have that the bicycle will be 47%. So this will be bicycle, 24 adalah dia punya public transport, 11 adalah walk, 12 adalah car, and then the rest adalah motorcycle, which is motorcycle will be 6%. Okay, anggaran sahaja. Kalau awak nak kirakan dia punya bilangan yang betul-betul pun, dia tak ada bagi berapa bilangan dia. Okay, ini anggaran sahaja. Okay, any question? Senang kan? Right, now we go for question number 5. Okay, question number 5. Ada siapa-siapa nak buat dulu? Okay, I give you for about 2 minutes untuk buat. 2 lah tu. So the hint for this part adalah dia punya pattern. Pattern of ABC, and then you plus with BCD, plus with CDE, plus DEA, and pattern of EAB. So we have the last answer adalah dalam bentuk 1000. So this is 1000. Okay, and then whatever yang tambah tu adalah dalam bentuk 100. 100. So kita boleh tengok pattern satu persatu. So pattern dia adalah kalau awak tengok A can be on this side, and then A will be on this side, and A equal to this side. So apa pattern itu? Okay, pattern yang biasa kita tengok C. Pattern C, you have that this position, second position, third position. Then look at for another part. T pun sama juga. T pun you have the position number 1, position number 2, position number 3. Ni kalau kita gunakan perkataan cerakinkan, kita boleh dapat that D can be on the 100, D can be on the 10, D boleh juga kat star. E pun sama juga, and then kalau kita tengok B pun sama juga. Semua dekat satu tempat, satu tempat, satu tempat. A pun satu tempat, satu tempat, satu tempat. So macam ni kita nak dapatkan from this part. So from here, kita boleh jadikan, letkan A is equals to 100. And then B is equals to 10. And then we have C is equals to 1. So kalau kita cerakinkan. So from this one, B can be 100. And then C will be 10. D will be 1. From here will be C is equals to 100. D is equals to 10. And then E is equals to 1. So from here, D will be 100. E is equals to 10. And A is equals to 1. Then the last part will be E is equals to 100. A is equals to 10. And then B is equals to 1. So kalau kita tengok pattern this part, saya gunakan cerakin kan. So from this part, it can be 100 plus with 10 plus with 1 plus with another 100 plus with sorry, yeah. So we'll have from here adalah 100 of A plus with 10 B plus with C. Plus with, we have 100 B plus with 10 C plus with D. Plus with, we have 100 of C plus with 10 D plus with E. Then we have another 100 of D plus with 10 E plus with A. Then the last part, the last row adalah 100 of E plus with 10A plus with 1 ataupun B. So it equals to 2664. So kalau kita tambahkan all of this one, dia akan jadi 111. So kita tambahkan, dia akan jadi 111. Sorry. So from here awak tambah satu persatu kan. Okay. And then kita kumpulkan nilai untuk A. And then we have another A. We have another A. So dia akan jadi 111A plus with 111B plus with 111C plus with 111D plus with 111E, which is equals to 264. So can we bring out the common factor? Which is we have that 111 A plus B plus C plus D and plus E equals to 2664. And then A plus B plus C plus D and plus E equals to 2664 divided by 111. So it's equals to 24. So ada tak jawapan awak 24? So the answer will be C, 24. Okay. Because you need to find only the value of A plus B plus C plus D and plus E. Kalau tak perlu pun cari nilai untuk A ni, untuk B, untuk C. Okay. Right. Okay, now we go for question 6. So for question 6, This one, the hint adalah menggunakan kaedah index. Dan kalau awak tengok dia punya pattern pun, nombor dia tetap sama, which is 1010, 20,000 of 20, 30,000 of 30. So boleh keluarkan common factor tak kat situ. So, kalau kita factorkan this part, so dia akan jadi 1 multiply with 1010 square plus with 2 multiply with 1010 square plus with 3 multiply with 1010, sorry. Three multiply with 1010 square, and then you divide by 2020 will be 2 multiply with 10 and 10. So from here, if you have the multiply, means that you can power with the same power, which is we have that 1 square multiply with 1010 square plus with 2 square multiply with 1010 square plus with 3 square multiply 1010 square, you divide by 2 multiply with 10. Sorry, buat kurungan lah. We have 2 multiply with 10 and 10. So you have the common terms 10 and 10 square. So 1010 square. And then inside there you will have 1 square plus with 2 square plus with 3 square. Divide by 2 multiply with 10 and 10. Which is from here 10 adalah power of 1. So kita boleh potong square. Then this one 1 square plus 2 square plus with 3 square akan dapat apa? 14, betul? So gonna be 14 divided by 2. So the answer is 7 multiplied by 1010 is gonna be 70 and 70. So you have the answer adalah. So selalunya soalan-soalan yang 3 markah ni dia akan bagi basic punya part. So this one adalah index. Nombor nampak macam besar, tapi sebenarnya mudah saja. Okay. Okay, now we go for question number 7. Kau nak saya dulu? Kalau perlukan masa, cakap lah. Okay, now we go for question number 7. Ini soalan. So, kalau saya jadi awak kan, saya tengok depan ni saya pengantuk. Okay. So, kalau boleh refer to your iPad ke awak punya laptop ke, it's going to be okay. Okay. Okay, so for question 7, let A, B, and C be integers. Okay, integers. Again, integers, whole number. Satisfying that 1 is less or equals to A, and A is less or equals to B, and then B is less or equal to C. So multiplying A, B, and C will be 1 million. Okay, what is the largest possible value for B? So macam mana kita nak approximate, macam mana kita nak anggarkan the largest value? So, ada tak apa-apa idea untuk dapatkan sejuta? So you have the 1, so A less than B less than C. So ada apa-apa idea nombor untuk dapatkan sejuta tak? Kalau awak buat A multiply with B multiply with C equals to 1 million. Right? So for A, you can let it equals to 10. B, you can let it equals to 100. C, you can let it equals to 1000. So it satisfies the condition here, which is A is less than B, and then B is less than C. Okay. Okay, and then by looking at the condition here, okay, tengokkan daripada kondisi yang ada kat sini, which is you need to find the largest possible value of B. Ada. Okay, now apakah nilai terbesar yang mungkin bagi B? So kita tengok kepada nilai B. Nilai B mestilah less or equals to C. So what is plus the possible largest value of B? B mestilah lebih kecil or sama dengan 1000, betul? So bermaksud at most dia mesti, nombor dia mesti, okay, saya pecahkan. So kalau saya pecahkan, B mestilah less than C, which is B mestilah less than or equal 1000. So maksud nombor yang paling besar yang dia boleh pergi adalah 1000. So nombor paling besar adalah 1000. So the answer is 8. So kita gunakan the definition of inequalities. Oh, lapar.
Puasa.
Oh, puasa. Alhamdulillah, puasa lah. Alhamdulillah, Masya Allah. Okay, boleh. Boleh. Okay, can we go for proceed to question number 8? So, question number 8, sangat-sangat benda yang awak sangat-sangat tengok masa matematik, which is dice. If you have dice, means that you have probability. Okay, ada dadu, ada probability. Kebarangkalian. Okay, so from here, the condition adalah you have that 2 dice. So each one has 2 red faces, 2 blue faces, and 2 white faces. Okay. So you have satu dadu, you have 2 red faces, and then you have 2 blue faces, then you have 2 white faces. So white, black. Okay, so from this part, from the one die, so kita boleh keluarkan the probability, which is the probability of we get the same colors. This probability adalah 2/6, which is 1/3. Now the question, if we roll both dice together, what is the probability that both dice show the same color? So, kalau kita roll 2 dadu serentak, so apa probability untuk kita dapat 2 warna yang sama? The probability dia adalah red ataupun plus with probability of blue and blue plus with probability of white and white, because we are looking at the 2 dice. Okay. Okay, that is the probability of dapat red and red. Dia akan ikut probability of the same color kan, which is we have the probability of dapat red adalah 1/3 multiply with red dapat 1/3 plus with 1/3 multiply with 1/3 plus with 1/3 multiply with 1/3. So you can calculate this one. So apa 1.9, we have that 1.9 plus with 1.9 plus with 1.9 sebab tak ada guna calculator kan. So akan dapat 1/3, which is the answer is going to be E. So ni boleh katakan soalan yang mudah lah. Okay, now we jump to the next level, which is the question that gives you 4 points. Okay, kita tengok pada soalan number 12. Kau nak try dulu? 2 minutes. Dah siap? Ya, awak hanya cari adakah antara berikut which one will be not equal to A minus B squared plus B minus C squared plus B C minus C minus A squared. So awak kena cari the possibility that the answer will not be dalam dia punya pengiraan dia. So kalau tengok secara kasarnya, nampak ada satu je odd number. Betul tak? You have the 0, then even ada 0, 2, 6 and 8. And then satu jawapan adalah 1. Tapi itu ikut secara kasar lah, jangan ikut dapat, jangan ikut logik itu. So macam mana awak nak dapatkan jawapan for this part? So you can actually expand the quadratic, which is A minus B squared akan dapat A squared plus B squared minus 2AB. And then B minus C squared, you will get B squared plus with C squared minus 2BC. And then for the last part, you will have C minus A squared. So dapat C squared plus with A squared minus with 2AC. So because all of this adalah plus, plus and plus, so kita boleh gabungkan dia. This A squared plus with B squared minus with 2AB plus with B squared plus with C squared minus with 2BC plus with C squared plus with A squared minus with 2AC. So can we boleh simplify tak this one? Boleh kan? Sebab you have A squared and sorry. A squared and A squared. So kalau kita simplifikan dia akan dapat 2A squared plus with 2B squared plus with 2C squared. Then you have minus with 2AB minus with 2BC minus with 2AC. Okay, up to this part, boleh tak kita bawa keluar the common factor, which is 2 kan? So 2 multiply A squared plus with B squared plus with C squared minus 2AB minus 2, sorry. Minus with AB, and then this one akan jadi BC minus with AC. Okay, so from here, the concept dia adalah you have the factor of 2 outside. Okay, boleh tak factor of 2 ni dapat jawapannya jadi 1? Tak boleh. Everything that multiply with 2, dia takkan dapat jawapannya 1. Betul tak? So this is satisfy the answer that yang antara berikut yang manakah tidak mungkin bersamaan dengan this answer. Which is it can be 0, it can be 2 because 2 can multiply with 1 equals to 2. 2 can multiply with 3 equals to 6. 2 can multiply with 8, 4 equals to 8. 2 can multiply 0 equals to 0. Can 2 multiply with something equals to 1? So tak boleh. Which is sebab dia adalah integers kan. So ini adalah integers. Dia tak masuk pun complex number ke apa-apa. So this one is the possible answer. Equals. So just by looking the factor outside, kita dah boleh tahu jawapan dia tak mungkin sama dengan 1. Okay, any question? Ada soalan? Kalau ada soalan tanya. Okay, nak buat question 15 tak? Okay, we'll look at for question number 15. Ya, saya keluarkan dulu soalan semua. Okay, question number 15 ni adalah popular question untuk soalan-soalan Olimpiad. Okay, now you have the sequence of function of Fn is given by F1 is equals to 1. So, kalau awak nak buat, awak tulis balik that F1 is equals to 1 and then you have that F2 is equals to 3. Now you have the condition that Fn plus 2 is equals to Fn plus with Fn plus 1. Which is n mestilah lebih daripada 1. Okay. Among the first 2020 elements of the sequence, how many are even? So, soalannya nak tanya, how many are even? Okay, so from this part, we can keluarkan, we can take out one by one dia punya sequence. So from here, can we find the F3? Okay, F3 will be F1 plus with F2, betul? Kalau ikutkan this condition. So it's going to be 1 plus 3 will be equals to 4. So F3 is equals to 4. Boleh cari F4 lah. Jadi dapat F2 plus F3, which is you have the 3 plus V4 is equals to 7. Can you find F5? So we're going to be F3 plus with F4. So it's equals to 4 plus 7 is equals to 11. Okay. Can you find F6? So going to be F4 plus F5. So 7 plus with 11 is equals to 18. Okay, sekarang awak nampak tak dia punya pattern? So our pattern here adalah di sini. Which is ini adalah even. Ini pun adalah even. So for every 3 steps, dia akan dapat even number. Okay, so macam ni kita nak jadikan dia sampailah dia adalah F2020. So kalau F2020 is going to be F of 2018 plus with F of 2019. Good? Okay. So macam ni kita nak cari dia berapakah bilangan sebutan yang genap. Okay. So from here we know that the pattern adalah ini adalah ganda 3, betul? This one adalah 3, this one adalah 3 steps. So kita gunakan multiplying of 3, which is we start from 3, the sequence of 3, sebutan ke-6, sebutan ke-9, sampailah sebutan ke 2019. Boleh tak 2019 bagi 3? Can we get 2019 bagi 3? There's gonna be 6, 7, 3. So you know that yang kita boleh capai hanyalah sampai 2019 untuk dia punya sequence. So ini adalah nombor yang paling besar. Ini adalah sebutan yang paling besar kita boleh dapat. And then because of ini semua adalah darab tambah 3 tambah 3 tambah 3, which is dia adalah darab 3. So kita bagikan dengan 3. So the even number, the jumlah even number yang kita akan dapat adalah 673. So jawapannya adalah, so for this one kita akan tengok pada knowledge of pattern. Okay, by pattern. Okay, boleh. Dah pukul 5 dah. Belum lagi. Now we go for the question yang melibatkan gambar rajah, which is question number 18. Saya besarkan sikit. Okay, so the figure shows a section of the parabola with equation y equals to ax square plus bx plus c, which is we know that ini adalah graf untuk kuadratik. So the graf kuadratik ikut pada graf apa? Graf senyum, graf masam. Okay, gua awal. Okay. Walaupun dia parabola, kita tahu that ini adalah kuadratik punya graf. Okay, which of the following numbers must be positive? So dia hanya tengok pada nilai untuk A, B and C. So dia given the gambar rajah dia adalah ini, separuh je. Bukan separuh, hanya suku je gambar rajah dia. Okay. So which is from here dia adalah y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. So we know that from here kita hanya nak tengok pada nilai untuk A, B and C, sama ada positif, negatif. So we know from here untuk graf ini, dia graf senyum ke graf masam? So graf senyum, which is A adalah positif. Okay, now A kita tahu adalah positif. Okay, and then C adalah apa? C adalah dia punya y-intercept tu. So y-intercept dia adalah di sini, which is C adalah negatif. Okay, A adalah positif, C adalah negatif. Okay, now kalau kita nak keluarkan satu persatu jawapan, okay, you need to find the must be positive. So C positif tak? Negatif kan? So ni kita boleh buang. Okay, and then B plus C, so kita tahu that C adalah negatif, tapi kita tak tahu nilai untuk B. So hold dulu. So A and C. A adalah positif, C adalah negatif. So jawapannya akan jadi negatif. So kita boleh buang answer for C. So B and C, C adalah negatif, B kita tak tahu. So AB, A adalah positif, tapi B kita tak tahu. So macam mana kita nak cari untuk B? So this one kita akan tengok pada knowledge of transformation. Okay. Transformation kalau contohlah, let kita boleh let. Kalau kita ambil daripada x plus 2 square. So dia akan jadi x square plus 4x plus with 4. So kalau kita graphkan this one by using transformation, dia adalah shift left by 2 units. which mean that the graph adalah sorry. So the graph will be on the left. So this graph adalah on the left. Okay, which is kita akan tengok that B here adalah positif. So kalau kita buat if we have x minus 2 squared, kita kembangkan x square minus with 2x plus with 4. So ini adalah shift right. So kalau shift right, you have the graph on this side. Okay. So which means that your B here adalah negative. So let's look at for this graph. Graph dia the vertex adalah di sebelah kanan. Which is dia punya B dia adalah negative. So up to this part, B is negative. So yang ni kita tak tahu. Jawapannya, negative plus negative can be negative. Okay, this one adalah negative. So salah. So from this part, B adalah negative. Positive multiply with negative will be negative. Pun salah. Then for this one, negative and negative will be positive. So the answer will be D. So you only apply the knowledge of quadratic punya coefficient. Okay. Okay, can we proceed to the next level, which is the question give you for about 5 points. Okay, 5 kalau kita tengok pada pattern of question untuk 5 points ni, dia more on probability dan juga statistik. Okay, kita cuba tengok soalan nombor 21. Okay, kita buat dulu soalan nombor 22 dulu. After that, baru buat 21. Okay, so pada question 22 ni, so dia juga adalah mengikut pada pattern. So Tony has 71 marbles in a box. He is allowed to take out exactly 30 marbles from the box or to return exactly 18 marbles to it. Okay, Tony is allowed to apply each operation as many times as he wishes. What is the smallest number of marbles that could be in the box? So apa jawapan dia nak? What is the smallest number? Okay. Okay, so from this part, kita boleh buat percubaan dia alternately. It can be, you start from 71 and then you can do it take exactly 30 marbles. Okay, because dia hanya boleh return bila dia ada marbles dekat tangan. Okay, let's say dia bermula dengan marbles yang dalam bekas, and then dekat tangan dia kosong. So first attempt adalah dia ambil 2 marbles, which is dia ambil apa? Dia ambil 30. So he take 30. Let's say dalam marbles tu ada 71 marbles. Then you take out 30. And then you return 18. Okay, kita boleh tengok pattern dia. Kita boleh letkan the first try adalah take 30. So it's going to be 71 minus with 30. So dia akan jadi 41. For the second try, dia ambil pula. Kan, dia return lah 18. Because dalam tangan dia dah ada dah. And then dia return 18, which is 41 plus with 18, you have 59. And then for the third attempt, dia ambil balik, which is 59 minus with 30, so akan dapat 29. For the fourth attempt, dia return balik, which is 29 plus with 18, so akan dapat 47. And then for the fifth attempt, dia ambil balik, so 47 minus with 30, so akan dapat 17. Okay, masih lagi tak kosong lagi dia punya bekas. And then for the sixth attempt, dia return balik, which is 17 plus with 18 equals to 35. And then for the seventh attempt, dia ambil balik 30. Which is 35 minus with 30 is equals to 5. Okay. And then kalau kita nak buat lagi attempt yang ke-8. Okay. So this one saya buat warna merah. So attempt yang ke-8 dia tambah 8 tu, 5 plus with 8, which is you have that, 18. 23. And then for the ninth attempt, dia ambil balik 30. So 23 minus with 30, so akan dapat negative 7. So which is this is impossible. Because bilangan guli dalam bekas tak akan jadi negatif. Good. So up to this part, we can cancel out this attempt. So we can cancel out this attempt. So kita tengok nilai-nilai yang ada pada jawapan dia. But the question asks you need to find the smallest marble number in the bekas dia. So which one? So between the smallest adalah you have that 23, 5, 29. So the answer going to be equals to 5. So that is the answer for this part. So boleh tak kalau kita buat dia ambil lagi? Boleh kan? Okay, cuba kita buat lah that part. So another word, let you have that 71 minus with 30, you have 41. And then you have that 41 minus with 30. So dapat apa? 11. And then from here 11 minus with 30, which is not possible. So kita dapat lagi another one adalah 11. So between 11 and 5, yang paling kecil adalah okay. So the possible smallest number adalah 5. Okay. Soalan ni bagi 5 markah. Boleh jawab ni soalan ni. Okay, now we go for question number 23. Sorry. 21. Okay, so 21 is exactly probability, which is awak gunakan combination. combination. You combine. So kalau combination ni without using calculator, as long as kalau awak hafal ni punya pengiraan, so it's gonna be okay. Kalau awak biasa guna NCR tu kan, guna calculator. Kita apa, kita tengok satu persatu this question. So for this question, in the morning, an ice cream shop offers for about 16 flavors. So ini adalah jumlah flavors yang ada. Okay, Anna wants to choose 2 flavor ice cream. Okay, so we have pengambil yang pertama adalah Anna. So Anna, she need to, dia nak 2 flavor of ice cream, which is a combination, which is from 16, total of 16 combined with 2. So this is for Anna. Okay, and then we go for Bella pula. Okay, Bella, okay, before that, in the evening, several flavors are sold out. So ada flavor yang sold out, which is, dia panggil sebagai several, kita anggap dia sebagai X. Okay, okay, then Bella wants to choose 3 flavor ice cream from the remaining flavors. So remaining flavors adalah 16 minus X. And then she need to choose 3 sahaja flavor. So this is for Bella. So what is the new total for in the evening? Which is remaining kan? So dia akan jadi 16 minus with X combined with it, and then dia pilih 3. Okay, how many flavors? Okay, sorry. Both Anna and Bella can choose from the same number of possible combination. So means that Anna sama dengan, so probability of Anna, combination of Anna can be equal to combination of Bella. So Anna is equals to Bella. So you change 16 C2 is equals to 16 minus X C3. Okay, how many flavors were sold out? So you nak cari nilai untuk apa? We need to check the value of X. So up to this part, we need to use the definition dan juga dia punya formula of combination. Ingat? Okay, so 16 C2. So up to this part, okay, kita ambil yang this one dulu lah, yang Bella dulu. Okay, 16 C2 equals to 16 minus X C of 3, which is Bella, dia adalah 16 minus X factorial, and then divide by 13 minus X factorial and 3 factorial. Sebab apa 13? Sebab dia dah pilih 3. So remaining adalah 13 from the 16. Okay, and then 16 C2. Kalau awak kira, so dia adalah 120 because it's combination. Because dia adalah 16 factorial, and then akan jadi 16 factorial divided by 14 factorial, and you have 2 factorial. Okay, and then from this part, so how we can calculate for this one? So you have the 120. 16 minus X factorial is actually you have that 16 minus X multiply with 15 minus X multiply with 14 minus X, then multiply with 13 minus X until so on. Then yang kat bawah ni you have that 13 minus X factorial adalah 13 minus X, 12 minus X, which is so on. And then you have 3 factorial. Multiply with factorial. Okay, and then from here, 13 minus X, 12 minus X, so on, kita boleh hapuskan ni. So yang tinggal dia adalah 16 minus X, 15 minus X, 14 minus X. And also the 3 factorial. Then 3 factorial is a number you can bring up cross multiply. So we have that 120 multiplied with 3 factorial is equals to 16 minus x, 15 minus x, and 14 minus with x. So 120 multiplied with 3 factorial. So 120 multiplied with 3 multiplied with 2 multiplied with 1. So akan dapat 720 is equals to 16 minus x, 15 minus x, 14 minus with x. Okay, so up to this part because you don't, awak tak boleh guna calculator, so tak perlu nak kembangkan. Okay, so yang kita cuba ubah adalah this one, 720. Okay, can 720 kita nak compare with this one. You have the 3 bracket. So boleh tak jadikan dia kepada 3 bracket kat sini. Apa darab apa is equal to 16 minus x, 15 minus x, 14 minus x. So kalau awak dah biasa tengok kepada pengiraan, so dia adalah 10 multiply with 9 multiply with 8. So akan dapat 720. Now from here, kita gunakan comparison. 10 you can compare to 16 minus x. And then 9 you can compare to 15 minus x. And then another one you can compare of 8, you can compare to 14 minus x. Sorry. Okay, by using comparison, from here 10 is equal to 16 minus x. So x is equal to 6. So the number of remaining flavor adalah 6. Kalau kita nak compare juga yang kuning ni, which is we have that 9 is equals to 15 minus x. So x is equals to 6. So from here, 8 is equals to 14 minus with x. So x is equals to 6. So we know that the answer is x equals to 6. Where the answer is equals to E. But I know that this is quite, you need to know how the operation of the combination kan. Okay. Right, okay. So that is the end of our discussion. So later will be on Friday kan? Betul tak? Hari Jumaat kan? Okay. Oh, yang baru datang tadi dah ambil attendance tak? Sorry. So for those yang tak ambil attendance lagi, you can scan this QR code. So hopefully it will be benefit you untuk jawab soalan. So, kalau ada soalan, you can ask us. Okay, we terbuka lah untuk tolong you all. Okay, so nanti you all punya exam will be 30th kan? Yeah. Okay dah scan semua, all of you, the attendance. Okay, by the end